Alright, shall we turn on arachnophilia? While we're here? Perhaps there aren't as many spider eggs in here as there could be, but there are still too many. The plaque says Beppo's Hole at the top, and then there's some fine print. Beppo's Hole is named after Beppo P. Sericchio, who purchased this plot of land in 1903 with the stated intention of creating a shark sanctuary. He managed to dig one decent-sized pit, but before he could fill it up with sharks, it filled itself up with spiders. Or perhaps it would be more accurate to say that spiders filled it up with themselves and their offspring. Their teeming hordes of awful, venomous offspring. It is the opinion of the Crystal Dream Lake Historical Society that Beppo's Hole should be avoided at all costs. In fact, we probably shouldn't have put this placard here or included it on any of our maps. May those you leave behind forgive us. Fascinating. You swore long ago that you'd never deliberately walk into an impenetrable mass of spider webs. Well, swear not I do will. A wriggling mass of spider eggs. Let's see. This wriggling cocoon is roughly person-sized, so it's either a person who's been cocooned by a spider and is slowly suffocated to death, or a person-sized mass of spider babies. Talk to him, her, they. Hello in there! Are you a person, or a mind-breaking quantity of baby spiders? Is that the kind of noise that a whole lot of baby spiders would make? Cut them free. You cut apart the cocoon, knowing that it's probably just a guy in there, but secretly hoping that it's a trillion baby spiders instead. Sadly, it is indeed a guy, but since you're so into spiders that you deliberately checked a setting to let us know, why not take a second to close your eyes and just imagine if it had been a trillion baby spiders, just pouring out of there and covering you entirely. Wow! Phew. Thanks, friend. You had me worried there for a sec. They called me Doc. I came here to get some free gauze. Got a bit more than I bargained for. Hi, Doc. I'm Burgeonold. I assume from your doctor hat thing that you're literally a doctor? In the sense that doctoring is my profession, yes. In the sense that I have a legal license for practicing it? No. Ask him about hobo code. Wait a second. Is Doc a hobo? Oh no, I did this wrong. Oh, sure, I can teach you the hobo code for all kinds of medical terms. He teaches you how to read his handwriting and then teaches you some hobo code. Ask about something else. You were looking for gauze? What does a hobo Dr. Nick sound like anyway? Hi, everybody! Anyway, yep, the webs from big spiders like this make really great surgical gauze. It's strong, self-adhesive, and even sterile if it's really fresh. Unfortunately, I kind of bit off more than I could chew. I haven't listened to Dr. Nick in a really long time, so I barely remember what he sounds like. You can chew it too? No, I mean metaphorically. One of the great big spiders that live in Beppo's Hole caught sight of me. I don't recommend messing around with that hole, especially if you're flushed to the gills on medicinal alcohol. I see. Tell him about the hobo camp. There's a hobo camp just outside of Ocean City. They could probably use a doctor. Great! I could use some patience, because I'm much too eager to get doctoring. That's a joke that works better out loud than in print. But anyway, see you there! Okay, bye. He was a nice enough person. Well, in for a spider, in for a hole. There are definitely lots of spiders in this hole. Jump in and fight some. I hate the choices that I make, and I hate the fact that I'm the one who makes them. We'll kill this thing. I don't like jittery. I don't like big assery. I don't like spiders. I don't like them. If you like them, you know what? Fuck you. Alright, probably the best strategy is to hit this one a couple of times. And then I can kill this one in one hit. So then next turn, all these should pretty much die. She'll deal 1 damage 7 times, or 3 physical damage. Wow, I forgot that my new person is strong. Blech. Boop. There are now slightly fewer spiders in Beppo's hole. Is it still a web if it's not in a web shape? I suppose that's a question best left to spider philosophers. I got an item, spider eggs, a handful of pulsating, slimy, greenish-white orbs. You refuse to believe that even a mother spider could have any affinity for these things. Oh, you have to eat them. Oh, good. Yeah, we're leaving. We're turning this off, and I wonder what happens if I tick on arachnophobia and try to go in here. You're absolutely not going to look in that hole. Ah, funny. There are definitely a lot of spiders in it. And then, yeah, okay. Okay, we're good. We're good. Yeah. It's just something you can turn on. Yeah, that's funny. I'm gonna leave here now for forever. Thank you for enjoying our time at Beppo's Hole. I didn't like it at all. You hear some growling and shrieking and laughing nearby, and despite it being a bad idea, because it's probably more of those horrible fairies, you gotta check it out. It does in fact turn out to be more of those horrible fairies. These ones are tormenting a badger who is backed up into a shallow burrow and frantically swatting at them as they poke at it with little knives. Just as you're starting to back away, grateful that they haven't noticed you, you step on a dry twig. It cracks noisily, and the fairies all turn around. Dang it, twig! Fight him. Ah! Let's see. 7 damage to that, 14 to that. Okay, we can kill this one this turn. Okay, I can kill either of these. Yeah, okay, let's blast these two. I'm gonna draw a bird some fan art of jittery, bassery spiders. First of all, the fact that you said big assery makes me want to smile, but I hate the rest of that sentence, so no. You won! The badger seems grateful, or at least as grateful as a badger can seem, which isn't very much, to be honest. See? The classic bonus content that comes with every thought in an Of Loathing game. Fairy loot makes up the difference, however. Nice. Okay, we're at the Sandwich Museum. The village of Sandwich was home to a terrifying witch cult oh. You all see where this is going, right? Oh boy. Until all of the inhabitants were convicted and executed in witch trials in 1692, and the village stood empty and uninhabited for hundreds of years. Come explore the town and learn more. I wonder if I do have other familiars. I don't. That's kind of weird. Okay. Oh, wow, there's a gift shop. This house was the residence of the Danforth family. Step inside to learn more. Putnam House, which partially burned down under extremely witchy circumstances. This is a horse trough. Actually, it's a water trough, but I don't know why I said that other thing. Actually, it's a water trough. I don't know why I said that other thing just now. I think that might be a West of Loathing thing. Fish in it. You reel in a pair of old shoes? They're called saddle shoes because they're like a saddle. Because like a saddle, they're worn directly underneath the butt. Grind the ground like a horse. We're gonna put those on in a second, don't you worry. Don't you worry, baby birds. I'll feed you. You gain 2 meat. How did that even get on the hook? He caught a Sultan sprocket fish. Looks like he caught everything that's in here. So we have saddle shoes. Are you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready? Let's go. I don't know what horses... I mean, we're gonna use this one for a little while anyway. Make a wish, fish. Got 17 meat. It's meat. Looks like I caught everything that was in here. I guess technically, when I scoot around on my ass like this, it does mean that the entire world is my horse. We actually use this well for water, so please don't throw meat into it. Oh, but you were... They toss the... Sandwich's church also served as an ersatz town hall, courtroom, racquetball court, and dark sorcery place. Nice gazebo. The sign reads, Sandwich Gazebo, vagrants not welcome. That's not very friendly. This area is pretty big. Traces of strange plant matter in these tubs prove that they were used for brewing all kinds of horrible potions. Sandwich boasted the country's very first tripartite outhouse. Please do not attempt to use it, it's very old. An old-fashioned... What did that say? I don't know. Something popped up for a second there. A more modern convenience has been provided for your modern convenience. I want to use the classic historic pooperies. That's fine. Avail yourself of it. Huh. All 3 doors go to the same place. Interesting. This facility has 3 sinks, and this is one of them. Splash some water on your face. Ah, that's better. You lose the hand injury. 1 toilet, 0 privacy. Bish. Hooray! I should assuredly have enough XP to get this now. Yes. Alright. Every turn I deal damage. I don't know how much, but amount. I guess I could read. Combat skills? Perks? It doesn't say. Oh, is that just a spell that I can equip now? I don't know. It's kind of weird. I don't get it. I guess... I don't get it. This leads to a little cemetery behind the church. Now let's go into the church, because now let's just go right to left. Okay. The wealthy Proctor family owned the biggest and most conveniently toilet-adjacent house in the village. This chessboard has clearly been left out on display as an allegory for the battle between good and evil. Black is winning, representing a warning for all good-hearted people to be vigilant against the encroaching forces of darkness. These dried fronds are of no historical significance. This Aras appears to depict several important ancestors of the Proctor family line, though due to the low resolution of embroidery used at the time, it's impossible to discern exactly who. Check the footnote. It has been pointed out to us that this Aras is unlikely to have been manufactured in the capital of the Pas-de-Calais department of northern France, and therefore it is merely a sparkling tapestry. That's so stupid. That's so stupid. I'm not even gonna explain the joke that's stupid. You're not fond of this plant. There's no plaque on the stable. It must have always been boring. According to the county records, these were the most expensive stairs in the county. They go up a full 1.5 floors. Stairs to the 2.5 floor? Alright then. That's fantastic. These stairs just keep going up until they hit the wall. Seems like rich people have just always had weird taste. That might be a... If I were a rich man... I would have one long staircase just going up, and one even longer coming down, and one more leading nowhere just for show. There you are. I wouldn't have to work hard. Yabba-dibba-dibba-dibba-dibba-dibba-dibba-dum. The upstairs rooms are off limits while we catalog the contents. Please pardon our dust. This bedroom was traditionally given to servants as it was felt by the proctors that it would be less of a tragedy if they got up in the middle of the night and fell down the stairwell. Mrs. Proctor's bedroom is especially off limits, while we figured out how to deal with the strange mold we found behind the wallpaper. Mr. Proctor's bedroom, home to the county's most expensive collection of cravats. This was the bedroom of Peter Proctor, the only child of Nicholas and Abigail Proctor. This was the Proctor's spare room, where they kept spares of all the expensive things they owned. This room is not part of the tour, and is also not part of the house. Weird. I feel like I learned so much. Wait. No, I didn't. I feel like the Proctor's house is full of just the most inane, stupid crap. This sign is written in rough black wax. Today's the trial of Patricia Williams, who stands accused. The rest of the sign is too weathered and decayed to read. In 1692, the inhabitants of Sandwich were executed in the witch trials that were popular at the time, as evidenced by this old signpost announcing one such trial. I wonder if this place is fake. I'm getting the feeling that there never was a witch trial. And they made this all up for tourism. An old and dilapidated church altar. There's some brown splotches in the corner that could possibly be bloodstains. The altar where the town's witches performed their horrifying scar faces. Note the bloodstains. I don't know, this is starting to seem a little fake. This is starting to seem a little Seuss. A little suspect to me. I don't know if anyone actually got witchled here. Or, I guess I should say de-witchled. It's like I'm talking like the video game, whatever. I'm gonna go behind the cemetery. The Sandwich Museum Cemetery. Welcome to Sandwich Cemetery. Please be respectful of the graves. Also, check out how many of them were terrifying witches who were executed in the witch trials of 1692. Delia Putnam, born 1681. D. 1692. Millicent Putnam, John Putnam. This code reads, hollow tombstone, possible treasure. You check inside the stone and there is indeed some treasure. Yeah, an item. Satchel's lucky hat. This thing has a solid gold hat band and there's a tag inside that says, property of Satchel Duggins. But help yourself if you find it in a hollow tombstone or something. 30% to meat drops. Proctor, our town father, 1582 to 1644. Nicholas Proctor, 1656, 1886. What the heck? You lived to be 230 years old? Alicia Proctor, 1689. Abigail Proctor. Beatrice Proctor. Peter Proctor. He was a duty head until the very end. What did this one say? Maria Ann Putnam. The tombstone is covered in lichen. Joseph Putnam. Thomas Danforth. Clarence Danforth. Teresa Danforth. Patience Danforth. Bartholomew Danforth. There's more space in that direction, but there aren't any more graves. Stuff's getting very, very suspicious. And Chad is now telling me the lyrics to the Matchmaker song from Fiddler on the Roof. So, very educated people, all of us. You look in the tub, but don't see any identifiable traces of plant matter. Guess I'll have to take a science word for it. Very educated, but also with completely useless knowledge. That is the way that I like to live. Okay, let's head to the burnt down house. Okay, we have a person here. This plinth has an old book on it. Take a look. It appears to be someone's diary. Oh yeah, the little description on the front of the plinth says, Diary of Delia Putnam. So that confirms that. Mostly it doesn't look interesting enough to be worth deciphering the archaic handwriting and spelling. So you flip ahead to the last page. 6th of March, 1692. I hate that Peter Proctor so much. He thinks he can just go around being as mean as he wants to everybody. Just because he has lots of money and lives in a big house and all. I should have used a much stronger curse. It would have been worth the trouble. There's an antique ragdoll on display here. This ragdoll has a bunch of old pins and needles stuck into it, and for some reason it's the word boring embroidered across its front. The little plaque on the front of the plinth says, witches frequently use special dolls called poppets to curse their enemies. This one was apparently made to target a Mrs. or Ms. Boring, though no one of that name is listed in the town records. And then in tiny text at the bottom of the plaque, the pins were not found with the poppet, but were added for demonstration purposes. Interesting. Very sus. Everything in this house was destroyed by fire except these two objects, which were found concealed inside a metal box. The security guard is keeping a close eye on things in here, which honestly isn't very difficult, since there's only two. Hi there! Hello. Welcome to the Putnam house. Please don't touch the exhibits. Ask him about the exhibits. Excuse me, sorry. I just get paid to stand here and keep an eye on things. I don't actually know anything about the exhibits. Guess that won't work. Okay, in the gift shop. Shelves laden with identical jars of off-white stuff. The Danforth residence has been converted into a gift shop. For your convenience, why not take home a jar of the sandwich cream that was the village's chief export, besides witchcraft. A black cat is staring glumly at an empty dish labeled Hecates. I don't actually know what Hecate is. It's usually like a Final Fantasy video game item, right?